goodness. Good job.
I got you so good.
I totally had my guard down this morning.
I actually was going to wait for you to walk in the door more, but I was worried that you were going to have something in your hand.
Oh, and I might drop it or
and
throw it.
I was like, oh, she may drop it or throw it, hit a camera or something like that. So, yeah, I was like, I've been tracking you on the Find My iPhone. So I'm like, how far away is she? How far away is she? How far away is she?
Man, I wish that I had taken a funnier route home where you could be like, wait, why is she stopped at a strip club? Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy
Ketos.
Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and then every Monday, we go live on Keto on the Couch, where we just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time I get hit with my own confetti prank, you'll be alerted to it.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Did you know that all heavy whipping cream has carbs?
Well, did you know that being a mom is my cardio?
I want to thank Shauna for giving me the idea for making that up. So I've been messing around with our sublimation stuff because I needed to do some printing for church mugs for volunteers.
Right.
And my printer died. I had this really good Sawgrass sublimation printer, and it died. The ink kind of ran out. It got clogged up. I tried to clean it, and it fried a fuse. And the company was like, yeah, I'm sorry, you're out of warranty by like 2 weeks.
Oh, great. Don't you love when that happens? It's always like usually an appliance.
Yeah.
Every single time. Oh, it's just out of warranty.
So then I started doing some researching, found out I don't need to buy their printer, that I can buy some other printers that you can buy in like local stores and turn it into a sublimation printer.
I love it.
The only thing about that is if you do end up with a problem, the company could deny a warranty claim because you're not using their ink.
Okay.
But I bought the extended warranty through Office Depot, so that kind of covers that. Because the Office Depot warranty is if it falls off of the counter and breaks, they replace it. Okay. So we're going to go back to doing some mugs. So all these mugs are going to be available on our website. I also found this really great foam shipping box.
Right, that makes it better.
That was the reason we stopped selling them, is because I always worried about them breaking when we shipped them out.
Me too.
And these boxes will pretty much ensure that they will not break while they're being shipped. So these will be up on the website very soon. Happy Thursday. Today is Thursday, March 31st.
This is the last day of March. I'm a little hoarse because yesterday we went to a water park for Caleb's 21st birthday.
Yeah,
Such a great time,
How
but
great
I
is it?
screamed the entire day.
How great is it when your child who's turning 21, you go, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want to do special?
A day with the family?
Last year, Anthony's 21st birthday was, I want to have a 4th of July barbecue.
Right.
And a water slide.
And we were all about it.
Okay. You mean you don't want to go out on a drinking binge with a bunch of your friends? If you want a water slide, you can have it. Caleb was like, I would like to take the entire family to a water park. So everybody took the day off, and we went to the water park.
It was awesome.
And it was really good because to get in, that was our gift to him, was we were going to pay for the family to go in. And to get in, it was actually cheaper for the 4 of us to buy an annual pass, because each annual pass allows you to bring a free person with you. So it was cheaper for us to get an annual pass than to just buy a ticket for everybody.
So at least
it worked out well.
It's the gift that keeps on giving the entire season long, which is nice too, because now he can still go with friends and go with us again. Yeah. And that's cool.
But it was really good. We were a little disappointed when we first got there because it's not spring break. So a lot of the lifeguards and stuff are like college students, and they're all back in school. And so they had a lot of the water park closed down. And the whole back half stayed closed down. The front half, they opened it up as they got more lifeguards throughout the day. But it was fun because there was nobody there. So there were no lines. We got a ton of walking and up and down flights of steps.
Lots of steps. Well, and what I thought was cool was, it kind of reminds me of my keto journey. When I came into the park, I was disappointed that every single thing wasn't just ready and open to me, right? Like I was concentrating at first on what wasn't open, not concentrating on what was open, okay? As the day unfolded, more and more things opened, which was great because here's the thing. I can't be on every single water ride at the same time, no matter what, right? So the fact that it unfolded during the day worked out great because we got to ride everything at our leisure, and it did open. It just wasn't my timetable, and I feel like that's the keto journey, right? As soon as you come through the turnstiles of keto, you're like, I should see immediate results and all of the results. But it unfolds, right? It's not all available at the moment that you come into keto.
To go along with that, when we first got there, the thing that we always want to just do, like get on and kind of lounge in all day long, is the lazy river. Well, the lazy river didn't open until 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Isn't that funny?
So when we got there, we were forced to jump feet first into climbing up and down stairs.
No laziness until later.
Because that's what was there. And what I was really proud about, I mean, listen, going to the water park, I mean, at 51 years old, at 45 years old, you know, some people will be like, well, you know, for me, it was a testimony to eating this lifestyle.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were able to do it on a lot of different levels. Number one, the up and down the stairs, never getting tired, my ankle not hurting. But then when you get to the top of every one of these rides, there's a scale.
Yes.
And you have to get on that scale to make sure that you're allowed to ride it, because there's like a 250-pound weight limit on a lot of the rides.
Yeah.
And I remember years ago going on them and going, either A, I'm going to get to the top and I'm going to be right on the edge, and that fret was hitting you of like, what is the scale going to say? Or B, getting up there and then being told you can't go on this.
You got to go back down the
stairs. And now you got to take the walk of shame through everybody back down through the crowd that is waiting online. So to know that that wasn't happening, that I'm 60 pounds under the weight limit.
Right.
But then I looked at like your mom, right? Your mom, over 70 years old, up and down those steps, keeping up with the young and I'm not talking about the 21-year-old grandchildren. I'm talking about the 14-year-old grandchild.
The 9-year-old grandchild.
Right? And the fact that she was able to keep going and going up and going up and going up and going on the rides, even if they were scary, she did phenomenal. And then for lunch, we didn't even bother eating in the park. The prices of the food were ridiculous. So you have an entire family of keto other than Anthony and Caleb. What did we do? We went to Papa John's. We got some pizzas.
Meat lovers.
And just ate a bunch of toppings. That's what all the kids ate. Toppings off of pizza.
Well, and it was nice because we were all eating the same way. And so it wasn't weird that everybody was just taking the toppings and throwing away the breading.
Right.
You know, that it was, everybody was doing it. So it was a really nice experience. No one was giving you like a funny look.
Right.
You were just, doing it.
So for breakfast, I actually have to go to the dentist in about an hour. I've got a 4-hour dental appointment today. I'm excited. Kind of weird to say I'm excited to go to the dentist.
Well, it's progress. Progress is being made.
Well, it's been 10 days since I've been to the dentist, and one day after I went, this front temporary started falling out. So every single day, I have to re-glue it in with some temporary cement. But it pretty much has meant that there was nothing that I could eat other than scrambled eggs, pudding, keto chow, and keto chow ice cream. Because if you tried to bite down on anything,
it was coming out.
It would just pop right out because it's broken in the back. So I'm excited to get back to the dentist.
Get
to
that
number
fixed.
one, start working on some of the other teeth. The permanent teeth up here are supposed to be in next week. I'm kind of like praying that when I get there today, she's like, they came in early. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but that's what I'm really praying for.
That would rock.
And we have that. Then I have a game tonight. And then tomorrow, I don't have any games. A little bit of work. So we've got some other things we want to get handled. And for breakfast, we've got 40 ounces of coffee split between the two of us. Half a scoop of raspberry cheesecake keto chow.
It's really good.
1 serving or 1 packet of the Element chocolate salt.
Which really elevates the chocolate taste, but I'm not
You don't
overdone.
taste the salt.
I'm not overdone by the salt. Like if I drink it in like a traditional, the way I drink it, like a Redmond Relight, it tastes weird to me.
Yeah, I don't like it either. But putting it in here, we've tried regular salt in our coffee, and we just didn't like it. I know a lot of people love it. Mm-hmm. But putting that in here, I don't taste the salt. The chocolate really comes through. And we should try it with chocolate mint keto chow and the chocolate mint element.
I'm
We
all
should
for
definitely
it.
try that.
Yeah.
Then I've got like 1 tablespoon of butter, again, split between the two of us. I'm not eating breakfast because, number one, I'm just not hungry. I mean, I am a little nervous about going to the dentist and having more teeth pulled out. But also that tooth thing. Rachel is having 3 scrambled eggs with some of that chorizo. And then what did you get? Oh, you got some kimchi.
I've got some kimchi, just the last of our kimchi, and I love the combination of flavors when you put them together, and also the texture that the cabbage just kind of adds to it. So, yeah, enjoying it.
So I'm going to get ready, finish editing a vlog. I'm going to go to the dentist. I'm going to hope that when I come home, I'm not shocked and surprised by a confetti cannon. This has been going on for about 10 days now.
It has.
And we'll check in with you with lunch, and then we have our live stream tonight.
Okay, I wanted to add one final thought about the scale at Rapids Water Park. So before you get on any of the slides at the water park we were at yesterday, you have to get on a scale in front of everybody to weigh and make sure that you are 250 pounds or lower. And that really upset me, first of all. I think that the way they should do it, because I understand there are weight capacities for rides and things, but I would really have preferred it if you came in through the turnstiles and then went to a designated area to get that weight done, and then maybe get a band or something that showed, okay, I'm free, I can go on all of the rides. That would have been a lot less traumatic, I think, for everybody. But when you're about to go on a slide, no matter if it's the first time or the 50th time, you have to get on a scale in front of everybody to make sure that you are 250 pounds or lower. So I knew going in, I am no longer 250 pounds, but I will tell you what, every single time I got on that scale in front of the line, I was nervous, I was getting sweaty, I was like shaking, because it is a very upsetting thing for me to, first of all, publicly weigh, talk about what I weigh. And then I remember all of the times I avoided going to the water park or didn't risk something that had a weight limit, capacity, because I was afraid. I was afraid of being embarrassed. I had walked up all of these steps. I had waited in line for the ride. And if you've ever had to disembark from a ride or not ride the water slide like Joe and I have, and do that walk of shame down the stairs in front of everybody, it's very embarrassing and upsetting. And while it was victorious that we were able to ride everything open at the park, it reminded me of how far we've come, but also there's still tenderness. Just because I'm doing better than I was 5 years ago in my weight loss journey, it's still a tough subject for me. And it just brought up a lot of hurt and pain from the past. Well, what do we have here, sir?
So I am home from my game. We're going to eat dinner before the live stream tonight. So I have 6 eggs from the girls in the backyard.
Thanks, ladies.
And then I have some of that pastrami, the last of the pastrami that we'd gotten BJ's the other day. There's about an ounce of Colby Jack cheese. I don't even know if it's an ounce, that I shredded and put it on top. We had a little bit left over. And then I have 2 tablespoons of this Mateo's gourmet salsa.
There's something fishy going on in here.
So for you, I gave you 2 cans of this white Wild Planet albacore wild tuna that we got at BJ's. So people ask, how do you get your protein in? Well, a can of this, if you eat the entire can, it's 150 calories, with 30 grams of protein.
Wow.
So you're eating 2 cans. So you're actually eating 60 grams of protein right there.
Wow.
And it's actually only 300 calories for that. But then I added in a couple tablespoons of avocado oil mayonnaise, about a half ounce to an ounce of the Colby Jack cheese that I shredded up.
Oh, it's so good.
And then I chopped up 2 slices of bacon. Now, I do not like tuna fish.
I know.
And honestly, I don't even like the smell of tuna fish. This has got to be the cleanest smelling.
Seriously.
It honestly smells better than the canned chicken. I mean, it really does.
It really does. In fact, I mean, you're like right up on it.
You can't even tell that it's tuna fish.
You really can't. And that's honestly like one of the worst things for you for tuna fish. You're like Raymond from Everyone Loves Raymond, where you're like, ew, it's touched me.
And if you're curious, the ingredients in this, albacore tuna and salt. That's it.
Wow.
They're not even packing it in water. And this is sustainably pole and line caught. So it's a really good, clean tuna fish. So we really like this.
Really
I
nice.
also gave you a little bit of kimchi and then a couple of the plain egg life wraps.
Thank you very much, because I'm going to use this to make a little
I figured you would want to
taco.
do something like that.
Yeah, fish taco.
So you were telling me something earlier about something you had seen.
Yes, I'm hoping that my voice will be back by our live stream, but yesterday screaming at the rapids, like on all of the rides, I've sort of lost my voice. But I was listening today to the radio, and a lady was sharing her story about how she had just made some health decisions to get healthier, okay? And one of her decisions was she was going to have an eating window that ended by 8 p.m. every night.
Right.
And she was not going to snack at movie time. Does that make sense? So like no more. She was going to watch movies, and she wasn't going to snack during the movies. It was just a cycle of like boredom eating type thing.
Right. That's a downfall for me too.
That she was not going to do anymore. So she started dating this guy, and they were going to have movie night at one of their homes.
Okay.
And so her date said to her, hey, what do you want for movie night? I'm going to make some popcorn. I'm going to have some candy. Like, what do you like to eat when you're watching a movie? And so she shared her plan with him that she doesn't eat like snacks. She doesn't eat things like during a movie anymore. And they were going to be having like a movie watching event after 8 p.m., which kind of closed her eating window anyway.
Right.
So his reply to her was, why are you always trying to be so perfect with this? You don't need to be so perfect in your eating plan. And of course, she felt very undermined like that. That wasn't very supportive of him. But it made me think it's interesting that if, let's say, you're a surgeon and you're like washing up and you're putting on new gloves and you're putting on a fresh face mask, nobody, as you're getting ready, looks at you as a surgeon and says, why are you always trying to be so perfect in this area? Wasn't the mask you had on like good enough? Right? And it's the same thing for like, hey, we have a process for checking kids into Coastal Kids that is like geared toward their safety. Like we want to make sure that we have, you know, all of the allergies on their name tag and their name tag put to, you know, their diaper bag and all of that. No one ever says, gosh, can we just like speed up this process? Why are you always trying to be so perfect in this area? The only criticism that you ever have about like being perfect is in an eating goal or a fitness goal, right? People are like, take the break. No one ever came into our house and said, you've mommed hard enough.
Right.
Why don't you like do a less than version of parenting, right? Because usually we celebrate when somebody sets a goal and achieves that goal. And even if I'm going to a company picnic and there's a 3-legged race, I am going to do my very best. I'm going to bring my very best to this goal. It doesn't really matter what all is riding on it, but I'm thinking to myself, your health is pretty important. Why would you not want to, you know, be successful and bring your best?
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Are we going to be perfect in our eating lifestyle?
No.
No.
But you shouldn't set your sights for less than.
Right. So what I was going to say, we say all the time, like, are we perfect with our eating? No. We ate the toppings off of a pizza yesterday from Papa John's, which means there was probably a little bit of sugar in the tomato sauce. Was I okay with that? Yes. In the moment, we were trying to enjoy Caleb's 21st birthday.
Best option.
We did the best we could with what we had. We wanted to be a part of it, and I'm okay doing that, especially considering that was what we were eating for the day. We weren't eating a bunch of other stuff. We weren't eating cake and all that other stuff. So we say all the time, listen, anybody who wants to come into the comments section and say you're not being perfect, I'm sorry. Nobody is perfect. And anybody who thinks that they're being perfect probably has a little bit of self-righteousness in there.
Yeah.
But what you want to do is strive for perfection. Because then when you fall short, if you strive for 100%, like when I'm officiating, I strive to officiate a perfect game. Have I ever officiated a perfect game? No. Am I ever going to officiate a perfect game?
Because you're human.
I'm going to miss a call here or there. And I tell coaches all the time who come up and say, well, you missed that call. Or the next game, like, we'll just be talking. And in a nice way, he'll say, hey, you missed this call during a game. And I will say, if you can only point out 2 or 3 calls that I missed over a 2-hour game where I probably made 100 to 200 calls, I'm going to call that pretty darn good, right? Because I'm never going to be perfect. So we want to strive for perfection because then when we fall short, we're still up in that top 90, 95%.
Right.
But if we strive to only do 80%, we're probably going to fall somewhere at like 50 or 60%, or maybe 70%. So you want to strive to do your best. And then when you fall short, you're like, okay, I think I had a pretty good day.
Well, I think that I've never kicked myself for trying my best and falling short. But I do feel really bad about myself if I go into something and I knowingly decide I'm not going to bring my A game. I'm not going to try. And
it's like going into a test and saying, I'm going to strive to get a 70 instead of 100.
Right, exactly. I mean, you're going to do your best. You're going to study. But I find it very interesting that somebody would try to get on your good side. I mean, obviously, this guy is like, it's a date. He's trying to like make sure that like she feels special and heard and all this kind of thing. You're not saying I care about you when you say to somebody, don't be so perfect. Why are you trying to like be so perfect?
Right. So I really like that. And again, strive for perfection. But no, you're probably not going to get there. But when you fall short, that's okay. So our dinner here, we're starting tomorrow morning our challenge for the month of April, which is for tracking. So I'm going to put down here across the bottom, just so, even though, because this is going to come out after April 1st, of what the macros on this are. And that's the whole idea of our monthly tracking this month, is to kind of get us back on track. Like, are we overeating? Are we consuming not so much protein, because I don't worry about over-consuming protein, but are we over-consuming our fat? Are we over-consuming our fuel? Are we eating the fuel to maintain our weight, or are we eating fuel that would encourage weight loss, or are we eating so much fuel, i.e., by the way, fuel is fat and carbs combined, that we would be gaining weight? So I'm going to put that across the bottom. Yeah. And before we do our live stream, I want to let you know, I did go to the dentist today, 4-hour dental appointment. She did not do anything with the tooth that keeps falling out, because this morning it fell out right before I went, which is kind of, and it's kind of a little crooked now. I used the temporary cement that I got on Amazon, and I glued it in, but what's happened is it's broken on the back. So it's almost like just like a front plate. Like there's nothing wrapping around the tooth.
Oh my goodness.
So I took the cement and I smeared it along the back of my tooth and connected it to the fake tooth, or the temporary tooth that's next to it. So she's like, I don't think it's coming out. You literally glued the two of them together. She's like, great job. She wasn't even reprimanding. She's like, you did a good job. If you were trying to get it not to come out, because she was wiggling, and she's like, it's not going to come out super easy, so I think you're good. And then she worked on the other 4 teeth on this side, pulled all of the old crowns out, found out that the material that was in there, at the time, that's what they used, but the material now is considered very toxic. So I'm glad to get all that out. So now all of my teeth on the top right now are complete temporary crowns. And we're going to hope that some of the front permanent ones get in before we have to leave for Salt Lake.
Last meal before tracking begins.
We just finished our live stream.
Yeah.
And so we are going to have our last meal. It's a little late for our last meal, but we had a live stream and it's been a busy day.
Mm-hmm.
So we are having some Keto Chow ice cream from the Creamy. And this is chocolate toffee flavor. And
it's
then
delicious.
Rachel's has as a mix in and then a little bit on top, a half a serving of the low carb keto nut granola. This is the blueberry cinnamon flavor.
Now I'm going to tell you, I think that the birthday cake one I like better.
Okay.
The blueberry cinnamon to me tastes very breakfasty.
Mm-hmm.
Like it tastes like the perfect mix in for like yogurts. But I like the birthday party, I want to call it birthday cake one,
right?
For like normally in the ice cream. Not like I'm upset by this.
No,
it's just not my favorite.
Interesting thing is because again we follow like having a total carb cap. The birthday cake one actually has lower total carbs. Only one, but that one has 10 total carbs for a serving. This one has 11, but the ingredients.
Don't you like when you pick the right one?
Again, are
Happens to be your
really
favorite.
clean. So the ingredients are sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, coconut chips, almonds, pecans, erythritol, monk fruit extract, butter. This one's got blueberries, cinnamon, and salt. So it's clean ingredients.
Nice, easy mix-in. I know you can do a lot of mix-ins on your own.
Yep.
Like you put nuts in or whatever. I just like them doing the mix for me.
Yep. And then mine, I have like a quarter of a serving of Lolly's German chocolate cake. And I can't have that because with my teeth, I can't chew on the nuts and seeds. The Lolly's kind of crumbles apart, so I can kind of gum it.
Thanks, Lollies.
And by the way, this is made with 3 tablespoons of butter. And so it had 3 tablespoons of butter and then a quarter of a teaspoon of Terra gum. So we don't add any erythritol or anything like that. And that is what we're eating. And again, I'm going to put the macros for this across the bottom. And we're splitting it, by the way. So this was one Keto Chow ice cream that we split between the two of us.
I still don't feel like I'm deprived. This is a nice hearty serving. It's just what, it turns into a pint of ice cream. I mean, what can you ask out of a Keto Chow? It's pretty amazing, actually.
So that's going to be the end of this video. Let us know down in the comment section. Are you going to join us for our April challenge? Are you joining us? As we will already started by the time this video comes out. And what are you tracking? Are you tracking your food? Are you tracking the number of times you eat per day? Are you tracking how much you exercise? What your sleep schedule is? Let us know down below in the comment section. Now, if you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos that we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take a look at the most recent video, which I'm going to put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way every single time we have ice cream, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.